Greetings people, this is Keith Modesto doing my Let's Play Minecraft series, playing through the Feed-the-Beast Pyramid Challenge map. And let's see, I've been playing this game kind of all day, although not usually actively playing it. I've been kind of just letting it run. But every once in a while coming over and working with bees, because I need to breed some bees. I guess I should say, I try not to look at spoilers for this map specifically, but I did do a little research on bees to find out what you could do with bees, because I thought there was a bee that could probably make glowstone, but when I looked in any, I've not done much with bees, or hardly anything with bees. I haven't bred bees. But when I looked in NEI, if you look, where it is, somewhere in here there's bees. Here. I didn't see anything that looked, and through the honeycombs, I didn't see anything that looked like it would give me glowstone, right? These all look like just the normal old vanilla, so to speak, bees from forestry, not anything special. So I thought maybe this was an early version of forestry, and they didn't have any bees that make glowstone, and that wasn't how I was supposed to do it. But I looked into it a little bit, and it turns out there is a bee called the demonic bee, which gives you glowstone. And I guess the reason why you don't see it in NEI is because they just use different damage values, maybe, or something. I don't know what the terms are, but some things, like if you look at the first page, I guess I should go forward here. If you look at the first page, you can see that there's these different types of planks for different types of wood. I think that one's birch. That one maybe that one's jungle. I don't know. That one's oak. Anyway, you know, you have these different kind of logs for the different kinds of trees: oak, birch, jungle. But anyway, they all have the same. They all have the same number, 5, but they have different. You know, they have a different number after them. After the colon. This one doesn't have a number, second number, but this one is 1, that one's 2, that one's 3. And the same thing with the trees. So, and I forget what that number after the colon, when there is one, I forget what that's called, but it might have something to do with the damage values, I'm not sure. But I'm guessing that they use those kinds of numbers to distinguish some different species of bee, kind of keeping them hidden from you in NEI, I guess. But anyway, what it turns out is we need to get glowstone. Well, I'm sure if I got the alchemical tome, I mentioned this before, that there's something called an alchemical tome. This, which if you place into a transmutation table gives you everything, at least according to the wiki. Of course, I haven't made one because it's really expensive. It takes most everything here is not bad except for these 2 Kleinstore Omegas that are fully charged. That takes a lot of EMC. So that's a really, really expensive item. But it turns out there is another way to get glowstone, and that is to get demonic bees. And so I've been, like, every once in a while running my logger to get wood, and then but coming over here and working with the bees because, you know, it takes them a while to do their thing, and you have to just sit around and let it do it. So I've been, you know, like reading a book, mostly reading a book. And then every once in a while coming over here and checking on the bees and doing stuff. So, but see, so what I was working on is one of the things you need to get to the demonic bees, you need a cultivated bee. Like there's 2 different ways, I guess, to get to a demonic bee. And one of them, I think actually both of them use cultivated bees. So I needed to have some cultivated drones. And so I was working on getting a number of those. It took a little while to get them because cultivated drones are not one of the initial species of bee you get. You have to breed to them. So that took a while to do, and then I had to wait till I got purebred cultivated bees. But anyway, so I got 5, right here I've got 5 purebred cultivated drones. And by purebred, what I mean is like, some of these are hybrids. Like this one here is a Forest Meadows hybrid. And if you look at this with the bee analyzer, you can see that this bee here that says Forest Meadows hybrid. When you look at the tooltip, it's got 2. Each bee has like 2 sets of genes, and one is active and the other is inactive. And this one, the active gene is forest, so it's gonna act like it's a forest bee. But it has an inactive gene of meadows. That's kind of like, I guess, active and recessive genes. This is all really simplified genetics. I'm sure it's not really realistic, but you know how I think the gene in human beings, the gene for having brown eyes is dominant, and the gene for having blue eyes is dormant. So in order to have blue eyes, you have to have two genes for blue eyes from your parents. You know, one from each, from your mother and the father. You have to get a blue gene. If you get a gene for brown eyes from one of them, you're going to have brown eyes even if the other gene's blue. It's something like that. I might be getting that mixed up, but I think it's something like that. So that's like got two sets. That's both forests and meadows. I wanted to have all of these be, but these are all both cultivated. Both the active and the inactive is cultivated, which is good because we want to make sure when we breed these bees that we're going to get we're just going to be getting the cultivated and not accidentally getting something else. Because what we need to do is breed them with a modest queen. And I think my modest queens are very, let's see here, where did I don't remember if I, oh, there's a modest princess, modest princess. And I guess we might as well take these modest drones in case I need to do some, that's a common drone. Modest drones, I didn't check this. Let's check this. Probably won't need that drone, but you never know. Modest, okay, good. Okay, and I have a spot already set up in the nether, so that's where we got to go, to the nether, because these bees have to be bred in the nether. Okay, I already set this up, and I was playing around with this without. This is too loud. Wow. Okay, I played around with this already. I was playing with breeding these because I knew if you bred certain bees in the nether, if you go to the forest wiki, there's like this page where it's written like, kind of like a story of someone who discovered these, like in the world kind of narrative of bees, and so it just drops hints about things. So I knew things can happen when you do things in the nether, but when I was doing stuff, I wasn't getting it to work, which is why I resorted to looking at a more specific information in the wiki about breeding bees. Anyway, so what I think I need to do is put a modest princess in here and then a cultivated drone in there, and they're going to mate, I guess, and make a modest queen with an unknown genome, and that now is going to do its thing. It's using the cactus, I believe, as its flower. But it's here in the nether, so it's going to hopefully have a mutation to a sinister. I think that's what it's going to be first. We have to like go through 2 different breeds of bees before we get to demonic. Okay, I don't need that there, and I'm going to leave these things in here. I have another. See, that's a common modest hybrid. That's dangerous. Anyway. But, so, of course, I'm not just going to sit around here because that would be boring, although I actually have to sit here to allow this to work because there's no chunk loader. As far as I know, there's no chunk loader in this mod. Unless maybe if I built a quarry in here, it would be doing nothing, but I guess that would load the chunk, but I'm not going to bother. But I don't want to do that on camera because that would be boring. I will come back here and do that. What that means is now that I'm not in the nether, the bee isn't doing anything, but it's not being harmed or anything. It's just not working right now because it's dark. Put this away and put this away. Yeah. If I come over here, I noticed this a while back. Remember in the last episode I set up the sun is coming up. That's good. In the last episode I set up a solar panel over there. Not a solar panel like these. These are industrial craft solar panels, but I set up a red power solar panel which generates bluetricity because one of the achievements is to generate bluetricity hooked up to a spot in the monument. And but it wasn't doing anything, and I thought, well, maybe it just needs to generate enough, and I guess it did because I noticed if you look there, the second row, the second from the right is lit up, and it wasn't lit up before, and I believe that is the spot for the bluetricity achievement, which means that I think it succeeded, and if that's the case, there is something in that chest for us to retrieve. So I'm just waiting for it to get a little bit brighter just to make sure no mobs show up. I think this is good. I'm gonna get my bow out just to be prepared. Here's the solar panel. That's a battery. You see it's full of electricity, and we've got the cable going around. And here, that light was not lit before. And there is the cable. So I think that I've gotten this achievement. So let's go look up there and see what we find out. What did we get? It would be funny if we got glowstone, but I don't think we are. Scrap. Scrap. Well, that's interesting. You know what you can do with scrap? I will grab it all. And it doesn't have EMC, does it? So we can't teach this to the transmutation table. Now, one of the ways I've thought of getting scrap is, one of the ways I've thought of getting glowstone is to use scrap, and I will show you what I mean in a moment. So maybe I won't have to do this B thing if I'm lucky, which would be nice, because it's still going to be, going the B route will eventually work, I think. But it's going to take a while. So if I could shortcut that, that would be cool. Oops. Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. Now, I'm going to have to clear this stuff out, but I'll do that later. Okay, now, there is something in industrial craft called the mass fabricator. Mass fab. This right here. And mass fabricators take energy and convert it into UU matter. That's this right here. There's no recipe for UU matter because it's actually just generated by the mass fabricator. You also, if you right click on it, it doesn't tell you what its recipes are. That's because they're secret. But I already know because I played around with UU matter before in my own Let's Play world where I was playing in the 5th. I was kind of replicating Direwolf's 5th season. Not everything he did, but I was using his same mod pack and his same map to see what I could do and compare to what he was doing. But anyway, I'm absolutely sure there's a recipe to make UU matter into glowstone. I don't remember exactly what it is, but you just take your UU matter and put it in a grid. I know if you took UU matter and filled this whole grid up, 9 pieces, you could get diamond, and then various other things in different combinations, different shapes, give you different things. And I'm sure you can get glowstone with that way, which means if I made a mass fabrication machine, I could eventually get glowstone that way. The only problem with that is that you need glowstone to make a mass fabricator. You see, you need 4 pieces. And also, you need to make advanced circuits, and that also requires glowstone. So you cannot make a mass fabricator until you already have glowstone. So not a good way to actually get glowstone if you don't have it already. The other thing I thought is I could use UU matter because, I mean scrap, the thing I just got, as a reward, because you get scrap from a recycler. It's kind of a precursor to UU matter because UU matter can be, scrap can be put into a mass fabricator to lower the amount of energy it takes to make UU matter. You send Minecraft jewels, no, not Minecraft jewels. The power from the power you get from solar panels. I forget what it's called. That box EU. You send EU into a mass fabricator, and it turns the energy directly into UU matter. But it takes a lot of energy to get just one piece of UU matter. If you add scrap into the mass fabricator, there's like a spot in its GUI to place scrap. It lowers the amount of energy it takes to get the UU matter out of it. So and scrap is gotten by putting anything into a recycler. It turns stuff kind of at random, like there's a small chance for each piece of whatever block you put into a recycler, there's a small chance that it turns it into scrap. The reason for doing that is you might have a whole bunch of something you don't want anymore, like say cobble. You're getting a lot of cobble from a builder, from a quarry. You're getting a lot of cobble from a quarry, and you want to get rid of it. You could just put it into a void pipe or throw it into lava, but something you can do with it is put it in a recycler, and it turns the cobble into scrap. It doesn't turn it 1 for 1. It's like every 10 pieces of cobble it turns into 1 piece of scrap or something. Anyway, and then the scrap you feed to a mass recycler, but you don't have to do that. You can actually take the scrap and turn it into a scrap box. A scrap box is made by making 10 pieces putting, 9 pieces of scrap into the grid here, and it gives you a scrap box. And what that does, if you take a scrap box and right-click it with it in your hand, it turns into something else. Usually, it's a wooden hoe. There's like a chart you can look up. There's a random chance of it turning into something else. That something else is probably going to be something worthless, like a wooden hoe or a piece of cobble. But there's a very small chance of it being something worth something. Like a diamond. You could get a diamond that way. The chance of that, very small. And the more valuable the thing is, the smaller the chance. So your chance of getting a diamond that way, very small. But if you've got a lot of it, and I could, so one of the things you could get is a piece of glowstone. The chance is small. I'd have to look up to find out what the chance is. I don't know offhand, but there is a chance. And we have the scrap anyway, and there pretty much isn't anything else we can do with it. Because until we have glowstone, we can't make a mass fabricator. If we had glowstone, we could make a recycler and get all the scrap we want. And it doesn't have EMC, so I don't see any other thing to do with this but to make scrap boxes out of it. So that's what we're going to do. And of course there will be some left over because 9 does not divide 100 evenly. But I guess there's 100 spots in one of those chests. I guess that's why they did it that way. So we got 1 piece of scrap left. I guess we also put it away for no reason. Okay, so here we have 9 scrap boxes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit here and we have 11 chances. I'm going to right click with each one of these scrap boxes, and that will give us 11 chances to get a piece of glowstone. That means, I think that means we're probably not going to get a piece of glowstone, but we could. We might also get something else useful, but the glowstone, that's what I really like. Okay, so here we go. See? I did that twice accidentally. We got 2 pieces of rotten flesh. Dirt. Dirt with grass. Nether. That might be... I don't know if we might be able to do something with that, but that's nice. More rotten flesh. Chicken. Cooked chicken. Gravel. Slime. Okay. And a wooden pig. Okay, so we did not get the glowstone. But we did get a few things we didn't have already. Slime. I don't know if there's anything we can do with slime. We can make sticky pistons with that. And netherrack worth 1 EMC. I don't know if you can do anything with netherrack in this mod pack. If we had Greg Tech, we could put netherrack into some machine. I forget what it's called, but you get stuff out of it. I think you might get glowstone from netherrack if you have the Greg Tech mod, but I don't think we do. That is, I guess I could put the cooked chicken in there. We had raw chicken. Now we have cooked chicken. Worth the same amount. Cool. We have this already, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff here. We don't need any of those things. And, we don't, wooden pig. Big deal. Okay, so let's put this slime ball and this netherrack away. Let me look real quick to see what we can make if there's slime ball. Right click on that and see what recipes we got. Sticky pistons, wireless tracker. I don't know what you do with that. We can't make a aether pearl anyway though because we don't have glowstone. So we have sticky pistons, and we can make magma cream from slime ball and blaze powder. We can get blaze powder from blaze rods, and we have a blaze rod. We got that. So we can make magma cream. Magma cream can be used to make fire resistance potions. Or mundane potions. Okay, so if there's some potion. I don't need that for the potion we need though. Okay, and then the other one was netherrack. Let's see if there's anything we can do with netherrack. We can cut it to micro blocks. Okay. I guess that's pretty much all we can do in this mod pack is cut it up into pieces to use it for decorating things. We can set it on fire. Okay, that was a little disappointing. Okay, so because I didn't get the glowstone, so I have to keep on working with the bees. Now the next thing I want to do is I got to get 10,000 EU of EU, and I think we're gonna get that by the most direct way, without having to fool around with making more solar panels, is to make a bunch of generators and then burn coal whoops, this is not this one. And to burn charcoal in it. For each one of these, at least according to the industrial craft wiki I looked at, and it probably hasn't, it's probably at least close to still being true, it would take not quite, just under 40 stacks of charcoal to make 10 million EU in a generator. That would take a long time to burn through that much charcoal with a single generator. But of course, I can make multiple generators. Now, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to make the charcoal. Let's see how much time I have. Well, I don't have very much time left in this episode. But I'm going to make the charcoal. At least get started making charcoal. And I can do that really simply by grabbing... Now, you get the same amount of EMC from charcoal or coal, and charcoal is less expensive. So we're going to take that, and we're going to grab this. And we're going to put that right here. And we're going to put this right here. I guess we have to lift this up. Put it back. There we go. Now, charcoal. So, I have more than enough, way more than enough EMC in this Klein Star dry to get all the charcoal I need. Okay. Come on. Oh, I don't have room to pick those things up. There we go. I didn't mean to do that. I don't want to lose that. That is for sure. Okay, let's put that back. Okay, so let's go take this. I want to take these two. Whoops. Right over here. I'm gonna set up some generators over here near the pyramid and run cable. It'll be a different kind of cable because we're gonna be transmitting EU and not electricity. But anyway, so I've got a chest right here, and all I have to do is fill this chest up with charcoal. And if this chest is filled with charcoal, I know that I'll have enough to get the 10 million EU because there's more than 40 slots here. Okay. So so I'm gonna fill up that chest. I will do that off camera. We're gonna need some generators, and I will get the stuff ready for that to make the generators off camera. But before this episode ends, I could make something that I need, which is some. I need some special kind of pipe, so we need a couple of diamonds for this. I think that 3 will probably be enough. We'll see. Oops. Thank you. So I need some glass. We need to make fiber optic cable, which is a cable used for transmitting EU in industrial craft. Uh-oh. Okay, that's not the recipe. I thought that was... Maybe it's 2 diamonds like this, and the glass is in the middle. There we go. No, that's transport pipe. I don't want that. Okay, I don't remember this recipe correctly. I have to look it up. There. Oh, okay. I need redstone. Let's try it again. Totally different than what I thought. Okay, so let's make was it 16? Well, I guess we'll find out in a minute. Eight. That's probably not enough. Let's make more. There. 16? That might be enough. I won't know until I try to set things up. Okay, let's put that goes in there. This can go there. Okay, so we got, and I'm gonna put this. I guess no, I don't want to do that. Put this in. I'll put this in here for now. Okay, so I'm gonna make, I don't know, at least 4, probably more. The more generators I make, the faster things will go. But I just gotta make some generators, the kind that make EU from coal, charcoal, planks, and logs and stuff. That is this. I made a bunch of these generators for the solar panels. You need generators to make solar panels. I'm not gonna make solar panels though. I'm just gonna make generators and burn the charcoal in them. So I need some batteries and some. These 2 things are not hard. Let's see if I can make a few batteries before I run out of time. I need tin. I have all the other things already. Oh, I have a lot of tin. Cool. I'm sure I have cables here. I don't have too many cables, but that's enough. And some. Now each generator takes 1 battery, was it? Oh, there's my timer. I'm just gonna make these batteries and then we'll stop. But here's the generator takes 1 battery. Okay. Okay. So that means we can get. Oh, I can only make 11. I don't have enough tin for more. That's more generators than we're gonna make probably. Okay. And maybe I can go ahead and make these generators real quick. Well, I probably don't have enough refined iron for these. 10. Yeah, I only have one. I only have enough to make 1 generator. I have to make more refined iron before I can do any more than this. Okay, so we're gonna put this away, and I'm going to work on all the ingredients for my generator off camera. I'm gonna clean up the Bluetricity, the solar panel, the Bluetricity solar panel, and the cables and stuff, because we don't need that there anymore, and that'll make room for the cabling for the EU. And I will do that off camera, and in the next episode I will set that up and get the charcoal burning, and also on the off camera I will work on the bees. Hopefully I will get my maybe between episodes I will get my demonic bee bread. I will at least get a part way there. Anyway, so oops, I keep on doing that. This has been Keith Modesto playing Minecraft, trying to do the Feed the Beast Pyramid Challenge map. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.